It's never boring. I can honestly say that, you know, I have never came to a class and wasted my time. Learning always takes place. It could be very, it's a small increment, you know, how you turn your hands, how where you look, the position of your legs. There's a constant learning in Tai Chi, and I find that very stimulating, very yeah, enlightening and stimulating, never boring. And you're always a student.
My friend Sue, who was coincidentally my boss at Aura, I use the word boss, sort of more of a supportive, yeah, it's the strangest job I've ever had, right? The people that I work for, actually, they care about you as people.
All right.
I can't really say that I practice yoga because I don't practice yoga. I mean, I practice Tai Chi, but I do some yoga moves as far as stretching and same sort of body awareness. Yeah, so it seems to be a pretty good match.
Let me see, I first met Mary probably just over 10 years ago when she started shopping at the store. She was a customer at first. Yeah, so I'd see her weekly as she came in for her tofu hot dogs and soy milk and whatever else she was buying. Equal weight on each foot. Mary started working at the store about 6 or 7 years ago, and it was a real blessing. Mary's very organized, and she calls herself compulsive, but she's not as organized. And so we happily gave over the supplement section to her. Well, Mary and I, we wanted to spend some time together, and you know, I know how much she benefited from Tai Chi, and she saw me benefiting from yoga, and we thought, well, we'll, you know, do a little one-on-one. 1 week we do Tai Chi together, and 1 week we do yoga together. It's, you know, so she gets to play teacher 1 week, I get to play teacher the other week. It's, you know, she does Tai Chi for similar reasons that I do yoga. It's just a different way in, it's a different idea, but they benefit each other. Friend, we're going to keep pressing that into the ground, okay. All right? And then inhale, come up. Keep staring at that big toe mountain. Press, yes. Excellent. I think yoga, like Tai Chi, it's all about awareness. So as we become aware of our bodies, how our bodies move, you know, where they're loose, where they're tight, where our body's strong, where it's weak. As we bring that awareness, you know, to our bodies, then it flows into other areas of our life. Elbows, straighten the legs. Wait, but if you feel secure enough. Yeah. Okay, good. Extending through the feet. And then just let the legs be straight as you can. Toes point straight up. Yeah. Bend the elbows. And now we're going to press the sit bones down to lift the sternum bone up. Just okay. So we'll sit simple cross-legged. Point away. Yep, and now use that. The right shoulder blade's pushing in. Yes, exactly. Let's take the head all the way around. Eyes at eye level. And left arm. Extend your fingers, bring it right around between the sit bones. Draw that right shoulder blade. There we go. But for sure, at the beginning, people take yoga just like they do for Tai Chi, you know, because maybe we have a soreness, maybe our shoulder's sore, or our hip is sore. You know, we want that physical relief, And we get that physical relief, but then you get more too, the unexpected.
Well, Mary seems like an active person with a rigorous schedule. Join us after the break and we'll find out how Mary stays on top of that very busy schedule.
We moved out of the city into the country a couple of years ago. One of our students sells real estate, and it just seemed like the right time to make the move. It's quieter at night, except for the noise from the pond out back, the peepers and ducks and stuff, the occasional cow mooing.
Like a lot of this stuff I could probably do with the pitchfork, but it's just you can see more what's going on if you're actually doing it by hand. And so if little bugs show up that you don't necessarily want to have there, you can find out early rather than after the infestation has. So these are last year's parsnips, which I think I'm a little late harvesting, but I was just talking to one of my Aura co-workers, and she says they're still fine to pick as long as they're big enough, so I guess we'll do that sometime today. They look big enough. But that's another
And it's nice just to have that time in the garden again, where there isn't really anything, no demands really, except for the plants. A bit of watering, bit of weeding, not too much. I spend my 2 days off trying to keep up with the weeding and watering and harvesting. So spring's pretty busy, fall's really busy.
Oh, this is compost from not last summer, but the year before. And as the weeds are growing well in it, I suspect it's done. And so I'm just going to sift through it and sift it through that and then take it to the garden. And this is just to sort of get out any big chunks. Sometimes there's rocks that are in there, or
He's been with us since last fall, and we've been watching the Dog Whisperer show on National Geographic, and so getting him out for at least an hour walk. Usually we each get him out for an hour walk, so he gets sort of a minimum of a couple hours walking a day, sometimes 3 or 4 hours if we can fit it in. But he's pretty good. So he's good, and he comes here. He hangs out at the Tai Chi school, right? Because we're in town. We leave around 7:30 in the morning. We're not home until 9 at night. So he can't really stay at home by himself. So he's with us pretty much 24 hours a day. So he's got to be a good dog.